Hey loves, how's everybody doing? It's late, but I just needed to hop on really quickly and talk about some things. Um, so today I scheduled an appointment with the counselor. Um, and before I scheduled the appointment, I was really going back and forth in my mind about whether or not I was gonna schedule the appointment. And I've received counseling before. Um, so the experience isn't new to me. But yeah, I just had some things happen and some feelings came up today, and I felt like I needed to talk to someone and process those feelings. And so I went back and forth, and finally I was like, I just went ahead and scheduled the appointment. And some of the reasons why I was battling with it is one, I just felt like, I didn't want to use counseling as a crutch to not deal with my problems on my own and kind of just get into a pattern where I depend on other people to help me work through my problems. So that was one of the reasons why I was like, well, maybe I don't need to seek a counselor. Maybe I just need to work this out on myself. And the other reason was that, well, why don't I just pray about it? Like, why do I need to see a counselor about this? I serve an almighty God. He's able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that I ask. So, why do I need to seek a counselor? And I can just pray about it. And I think I eventually decided to do it because I told myself, okay, what's the worst that can happen? The worst that will happen is that the counselor will say, this is not a serious problem. You don't need to seek counseling, and, going about my day. But the best that can happen is that I would, have someone to talk to help me process, some feelings that I'm going through and just where I am in life right now. So I went ahead and scheduled the appointment, and I'm glad that I did. And another thing that I was thinking about is, as Christians, it's really hard for us to say anxiety and depression. It's like one of the most taboo things you can say as a Christian, because if you're saying it, then you're accepting it and you're speaking life to it. And at least I know me, I've always been taught to not call things like that, to not speak it into to not claim it. Right? We always say, well, I don't claim that, I don't claim that, I don't claim that. And, in my mind, I was like, well, I can't claim that I have issues that I can't handle on my own, or I can't claim, that I want to talk to a professional counselor about something, because in my mind, in the way that I was raised up in the church, that says that I'm not trusting God, and that makes me less than a believer, and that I don't have enough faith. And I just came to the conclusion that you can do both. I can do both. I can pray to God and say, Lord, help me through this situation. Help me to process my feelings. Help me to deal with this anxiety and these feelings of inadequacy and low self-worth, and, feeling like a failure, and that I haven't achieved the things that I wanted to achieve in life and greatness. Like, I can pray to God to help me deal with those feelings. And I can also talk to a professional and a counselor and be like, help me get to the root cause of these. Um, and I was just thinking, with these type of thoughts about um, not, oh gosh, not being enough, and being inadequate. I was just like, is there going to be a point where I'm not healed, but I'm healed, like, and I don't deal with this anymore? And once again, I came to the conclusion that there are going to be days when I'm on top of the world and I have a good handle on it, and there are going to be days where it's going to take some work to get to that point. But I think through it all, relying on God, turning to God and saying, God, I'm in a rough patch right now. I need your strength. I need your stability. I need your ability to pull me through this moment is going to be what it takes. So anyway, I just wanted to come on and kind of talk about how my own personal journeys with mental health and with dealing with my feelings and dealing with my thoughts. This light. So I think that's all. I think that's all I wanted to say. I scheduled the appointment, and hopefully I can pick up where I left off with my last counseling session and just kind of work through, some negative self-thoughts, negative self-talks, and just some different dynamics that I've been battling with and going with. And once again, good days and bad days, but really feeling like I want to get back on track and get a better handle of uh, my thoughts, feelings, emotions, and behaviors. So other than that, have a good night.